What's poppin' KT gang?
It's your girl Kay.
It's your boy Tyree.
And we are back with another video. Happy Vlogmas again, you guys.
Happy Vlogmas, everybody.
Yes, as you guys can see, today we got ourselves together.
We're looking good. You know, she got a little makeup done, hair done.
Hair done.
Little something.
Yeah, well, my birthday's tomorrow, so we had to, get it together.
A little spice up.
Get it together.
We can't be on here looking bummy for y'all.
Not every day of Vlogmas.
We gotta look good at some point.
Right. But I mean, y'all get to see the real. Y'all get to see the raw. So that's always nice. But yes, welcome back to another video. For today's video, you guys, we're going to be bringing you the long-awaited story of how we met. How we got together. How our relationship has gotten to this point.
A lot of people have been asking. A lot of people have just been like, where did this come from? Where did we start? It's been a question that, many people want to know. Some people know, but everybody probably doesn't know the real backstory. And I know for sure the KT gang doesn't know because we kind of just popped up. We haven't really, it's been a year and we really haven't talked about
That's crazy though.
How we kind of got together, what led to this point. Yeah, so I'm excited to just kind of chit chat with y'all a little bit.
Yeah, just a little chit chat. So today's video is going to be super chill, but if you are interested, then definitely keep on watching. If you're not already a part of the KT gang, definitely go ahead and make sure that you subscribe down below. Leave a like, leave a comment, show some love. Thank you for all the love that you guys have already been showing on our Vlogmas videos. It's so real, and we're just coming out strong. So if you guys have any content ideas or anything you want to see from us either this month or just in the future in general, let us know and we'd be happy to bring that to you. So
I guess we just start back from the beginning.
Oh my gosh.
Beginning of the beginning.
Okay.
The beginning of the beginning. I guess I'll start it
okay.
first. I'll start it
Go
first.
ahead.
I'll start. So, I mean, of course you can chime in at any point whenever you feel. But for me personally, how it kind of started, of course, we both went to the University of Georgia.
Yes.
I was 2 years above her. So when I was a junior, she came in as a freshman. Basically, from that point, I didn't really know her. That much. I seen her. One of my friends kind of introduced me to her inadvertently because he had met her. He's a very social guy.
Yes.
And he was just he was meeting all these different people at parties and things like that. And then he talked about how he had met her. He met Kay. So I was like, okay, cool. I thought she was cute. I thought she was attractive. But at the time, I was...
This is where the story gets messy.
At the time, I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship at the time. This is my junior year. And it was I wasn't wanting to do that at the time. So I was just cool. And again, they became kind of friends. My friend and Kay. They became a mutual friends, and they were just chilling, kicking it and things like that. And then I'll just kind of let you pick up from that.
Okay, it was a little messy, and I'll say this because college was just a crazy time. Okay, if you ever been to college, it gets crazy. So it was just a crazy time overall. I was also in a relationship at the time. When I first the first semester that I was in school, so it was just kind of sticky because the relationship was between mutuals with him and just a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So during that time, like he said, we knew of each other and I guess we're in the same social circles in a way, but but it was really always a hi and bye type
it was just just kind of putting it in perspective, just being 100%. I'm an alpha. If anybody in KT gang doesn't know, I'm an alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And at the time, she was in a relationship with one of my line brothers at the time. And it was just, like I said, I wasn't looking at her in that way. Again, I got complete respect for my bro. We went through, a lot together. So, I had complete respect for him at the end of the day. But like you said, it was just kind of a hi and bye. We were cool. It was cool. Okay, that's your girl, whatever. But
that was in 2017.
That was 2017.
That was 2017.
So I had crossed, or I finished my initiation. For people who don't really understand, I finished my initiation in the fall of 2017, and in the spring of 2018, that's when my relationship ended.
And mine too, actually.
Exactly. Hers ended at the same, basically around the same time. Yeah. So it wasn't oh wow, she's in a relationship, she's single, I'm single.
That's definitely not how it happened.
Right. It was just we were, we both just ended our mutual relationships. It was just kind of we were both single at that time. But the best part about it is that we were friends. You know, we were still cool.
The whole time.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we were friends the whole time. We, again, would just like hang out casually because like we just had the same friend group for a while at that. Like, you know, I feel like 2018, we really started getting like a little bit, well, not, it was 2018 like in the fall when we started, you know, like hanging around really a lot more. But, you know, even beforehand, like, you know, earlier in the spring of 2018, you know, we were just becoming closer as friends.
Right.
And then in summer of 2018, I feel like that was like the first time that, well, he can remember hanging out, but I know that we like hung out like at a kickback another time before that. But yeah, in summer of 2018, we actually hung out a little bit, like, you know, closer. We had like a little game night.
So it was so crazy because
it was crazy.
She swears that we hung out like before the summer. I just vividly don't remember because I don't remember that. But I vividly remember like the first time we officially hung out, it was summer of 2018. Mm-hmm. But the crazy thing about it is we weren't hanging out like together.
We weren't hanging out like as together. Right. You know what I mean? So we had like, it was kind of like a double date, I guess.
Like for us, for guys, we call it a 2-man. So basically,
that's so corny.
Basically what happened was one of my friends.
No, that's not how it started.
What?
This started because I told our mutual friend.
Yeah, go ahead. So,
Okay, so this is how it happened. So I had told our mutual friend, the one that he started off talking about, the one that kind of like, you know, we were mutuals through, or the one that I met first when I came to school. I told him, I'm like, you know, it's summer, I'm single and ready to mingle. Like, put me on with some of your friends.
So I was like, so he comes in our group chat. He puts me and another friend of mine.
No, wait, before even that, I told him that. And then he was like, okay, which ones? And so I was like, And, you know, so just take it over from there. That's when I kind of picked these two that, you know, came with us. But, you know, I picked him not even for me. You know what I mean? Right. Like, I picked him just because, you know, I thought he was cute, of course. But, like, in my mind, I'm like, we can't do that.
Because again, we were fresh. Number one, I was fresh off of Alpha breakup. You were fresh off of breakup with my line brother. Right. So it's like, we can't do that. Like, obviously, we can't do that.
No.
So my friend hits me up and he's like, yo, like, you know, I got 2 girls for y'all. What y'all doing tonight? What y'all on tonight? I got 2 girls. And I was like, I'm single, ready to mingle, we chilling. You know, I'm like, who is it? You know, like, what's the plan? Like, what's plots? And he sent it, and then of course it was you, and then it was another friend of hers as well. So I was like, yeah, run it. We was both like, yeah, we can run that. Like, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? So they come over to our crib. We had a little game night.
We had a game night.
Yeah, it was a game night.
It was like a game night.
We had just a little.
We got drunk.
Yeah, little drinks.
Played spades. Right. And, you know, just the whole 9. Played some like what was it, Jenga or something?
I don't remember everything.
Yeah, it was
we
like a drinking game.
Card games, drinking games.
We just chilled.
All that, and it was just a good time. Like it wasn't nothing crazy. Like nothing crazy happened.
Nothing happened besides that.
After that, it was just like cool. You know, like I was like, okay,
we just knew each other better.
Yeah, like I was like, okay, we saw each other in a setting now where we were like, okay, but in my mind, I'm thinking about it, it's like, all right, like, you know I can't do that. I know I can't pursue, but it's like I still found her really attractive. But it's like, but you can't help your attractiveness to somebody. So I was just like, okay, well, she's attractive, but I can't do that. Like, I'm not gonna do that. You know, that's just too fresh. Like the breakup was really too fresh, and I was like, nah, that's not gonna sit right. So I'm not, you know, that's not who I am. That's not what I would do. So time passes. The summer is continuing to go on, and then in the summertime, I think I ended up getting your number. I messaged her on Instagram or something.
He messaged me on Instagram about one of my friends.
Right, exactly. But I had
we were friends.
Yeah, we were friends.
Like,
it was normal.
And I was like, yeah, like I'll put you on with so and so. I'll do that. But in the back of my mind as well, I knew I found him attractive as well, but it's like, again, neither of us were like trying to like, it was just sticky. The whole situation was very, very,
we
very
were just
sticky.
Literally, I want y'all to realize, like, if you don't take anything else, we were literally friends. Like, we were friends
for all this time.
Right, like I'm hitting her up to get with one of her friends. Right. Like, that's how much of friends we were. Like, it wasn't on like, cool, we were attracted to each other. Yeah. But we didn't think that it would ever amount to anything because it's like we couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
We never thought it would be here, honestly.
So time continues to pass on, and then the next semester comes, the fall semester. Again, we still all have mutual friends. We're all talking. We're all chilling, hanging out all the time. I see her all the time. And the more I hang out, with her, it's like, I'm like, damn, you know, like
we vibe.
I'm vibing. Like she's a good vibe. Like she's all like, I feel like we were just so similar in a lot of ways. And it's like, I didn't feel like that with like any other girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I
had never felt like that about anybody else either.
Right. It's like you can have like friends that are girls, but it's like, I felt like it was something different. Like I felt like we related and we had the same like mindset about a lot of different things, like a lot of different things. So it was always chill. We were always chilling. And then again, like I said, just chilling with mutual friends, my friends, her friends, and we were just always together. So this is fall 2018. Yes. We're always together. Our friends are chilling. She's coming over to her and her friends are coming over to me and my friend's house to chill. Again, on some real friendship stuff. Nothing crazy. Like nothing like that. Like completely platonic. Yes, like completely platonic. But again, I was still like feeling her vibe a lot. And I was just like really enjoying my time. And I was like, damn, like she's you know, I thought she was just beautiful. I was like, wow, like you know what I'm saying? Like, but again, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to kind of make that move. I just felt like it was just not a good time. Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit, but like kind of still in the same time frame is when we were actually introduced to, I don't know if you guys know, but we actually used to do Forex trading and we did the network marketing side of all that. But, you know, in the fall of 2018, specifically November, that's when we were actually introduced to it. So me and him started doing it, not together, like we didn't talk about doing it, but our mutual friend, the same mutual friend
from the very beginning, introduced me, because we've been friends since our freshman year. So when he became friends with her, they got really close. Like they were like, it was almost like really close, like almost like a brother and sister vibe, like from the jump. It was platonic. Yeah, like very close. So he introduced her to it, and then of course came and told all his bros about it. So we ended up both doing the business. We were all in it together. Yeah. And then it was just like, now we're in a group chat together.
Yeah, now it's a group chat.
Now we're seeing each other even more.
Seeing each other even more than we were before. Which we were seeing each other like multiple times a week to just chill, you know, just like he said, you know, vibe with all of our friends around. But like now, because we're in this like new business, or, you know, we're doing this thing where we're making money on our phone and, you know, it's exciting and, you know, we're having fun with it. And, you know, it's just like a thing where it's like, if you're in it, like you're just really close because not everyone was in it. And, you know, it even got to a certain point that like, you know, I feel like our bond even got stronger because so many people, even just like at school, were like hating on what we were doing, like talking down on, you know, the people that were doing it and stuff like that. And it just became such a thing. And, you know, I feel like that, you know, like that whole experience and just like, you know, doing that business together and just like spending so much time together and just kind of like just growing in that way too, like helped both of us see a different side of each other as well. And it really did like strengthen our relationship a lot and brought us so much closer than I feel like we probably would have been before.
It helped us out a lot because we were, like I said, like we were in it. Like we were together. We were basically making money together at this point. Now I'm getting an even deeper connection because it's cool that we can just chill and talk, but when we can start making money together, now it's like, okay, it's like, now the vibe, okay, like I can't deny my feelings at this point. I can't just like act like I'm not feeling you when in reality I thought we were just friends, but it's like obviously I have some type of attraction to you because it would get to a point for me where I'm in class and she would be in her dorm, and after I leave class, I would just be like, hey, you want some food? And I would make an excuse so I could pull up to her crib.
Well, because he used to work.
I used to work
at
in the
my
dorm.
Building.
Yes. I worked as a desk assistant.
At my building, and him and the other mutual friend that we keep bringing up, they both used to work at my building. So, you know, it was very just easy if they wanted to come and like take a nap, like between their shift or, you know, between classes. I would always just be like, yeah, like if I'm not in my room or if I'm just like chilling, you know, if they want to come up and take a nap or just chill in my room, like I'd be like, cool, like, you know, no problem. Like they work right downstairs at the desk. So it was just easy.
Like it was easy. And then of course she would start taking advantage of me because she would be like, hey, you know, can I get some Starbucks? Can I get some Chick-fil-A? Can I get some pizza? So I'm like, yeah, of course.
And he would always bring it to me.
I never said no. I never said no. 100% no. And that's when I knew that, you know, she might have been feeling me a little bit. Because we never really expressed like our feelings towards each other. But I was like, damn, she might be feeling me a little bit too. So I'm bringing her stuff. I'm taking naps in the room again. Nothing has happened. We haven't done anything. We're just literally friends that kind of have a little bit of attraction towards each other. And it got to a point for me where I was just like, you know what, like, I need you to know that I am kind of feeling you a little bit. Like, I couldn't hold it in anymore. I didn't want to just jump right into it because, again, this is the same year that I just got out of a relationship. The one thing I didn't want to do was jump back into another one or just like get super committed immediately.
And that's exactly how I was too.
Right.
Like, I had already had a plan. I'm like, I'm going to be single for at least a year and I'm just going to live my best life.
Right. I'm going to live life.
Yeah. So we were both on the same vibe with that. Like,
without even knowing.
We didn't even know.
Without knowing. So we keep saying so.
I know, right?
So we were like, okay, it came to a point where, you know, I went up to a room, we were chilling, we were talking, and then I was just like, you know what? I don't want to just kind of like keep this going. It's just like a friendship. Like, I want to at least kind of let her know or hint that I'm kind of feeling her a little bit. So I remember she was sitting on top of her bed. Like, she had like a little a high bed, and I'm tall.
A bunk bed.
Right, I'm tall. So me standing up is me literally like at the top of the bunk bed. So she was just sitting there, we were talking and things, and then her like, what was it, your leg? Was it your leg or your thigh?
Yeah.
Something was out a little bit, and I just kind of put my hand on her leg, and I'm just kind of like rubbing it, like,
and I was like,
just kind of like we're having a conversation, but I'm still just kind of like, I'm just trying to test the waters a little bit, you know? I'm like, let me see what she's feeling like. Let me see. She didn't tell me to move. She didn't say, get your hands off of me. She didn't say, what are you doing? It was like real natural. So I was like, okay, she feeling me a little bit. She gotta be. Ain't nobody gonna let somebody just touch him without, you know. Was that the same day that I took the pictures of you and all that too?
No.
It wasn't?
No, but that was like just one of the random times we were hanging out.
We were just always hanging out.
Yeah, we were always hanging out.
Yeah, like I took pictures of her. She ended up posting those same pictures that I took on the gram, and I was like,
they did so good.
They did so
I was
the
like,
same.
You're gonna be my photographer. I was like, hold on, I'm gonna need you to take some more pictures of me one day because those pictures went up.
Right.
So yeah, we were just like doing everything together, and it was just honestly like so natural to a point where, you know, regardless of like all the stickiness or just like all the previous relationships or, you know, things that were going on in the background, like we just knew we had like a special attraction for each other, and we knew that we also related to each other in so many different ways than probably we ever felt before with anyone else. You know what I mean? Like, because of course we've both had relationships in the past and we've both, you know, been with other people, and I'm sure, you know, it was real in a way, but like I feel like this was the first time, well, for me at least, but I know we've talked about it, that we just felt like we could be 100% ourselves
exactly
with someone.
Like that was when I knew it was like, I feel like I can be myself. Yeah. And I didn't even know her that well. Yeah. But I still felt like I could just be myself and just, you know, outwardly just literally just be me. Yeah. And it just felt good. You know what I'm saying? But again, we didn't want to move too fast. We didn't move fast at all. Like, and the thing about it is, like, we literally started getting closer and closer and closer. And it got to a point where we were super close. Like, we were super close, and nobody really knew. Like, we were kind of, it was almost like we were sneaking around kind of together. Sneaky linking a little bit. Like, we were kind of sneaky linking. A sneaky link a little bit. In 2019. Yeah. 2019 was given sneaky link. But also 2019 was when we really started getting involved with like the business and stuff like that. And just like we had our mind on the money. It was like, more so like, we making money together. Yeah, like, we making money. We finna run this up. We finna make millions together. Yeah, like, we were. And again, it was like, we weren't even in a relationship. We were just like two basically like sneaky links that were just had the same mindset as far as where we wanted to go in life. And again, that's where my attraction came from. Like, her ambition, like I love the ambition. I love just it kind of motivated me, because that's, again, I've never really seen that before. Like, someone that kind of moved the way she did. I was like, damn, like that's, you know, that's cold. Like, you know, she nice, you know? So the whole business and starting in 2019, when we started taking it more serious, it just made us get a lot closer. We were literally starting to spend every single day together. Yeah, whether it's just us two or with a group or with, you know, just like, you know, just anything. We would literally spend every day together. Sometimes we would sleep on the same couch, over our friend's house, just fall asleep on the couch and just wake up the next morning. Like, we'd be working. Yeah, we'd be working. Like, we'd just be on the grind, like literally. And that was like pretty much the whole year of 2019. Right. And then 2020 came around, and we ended up like basically going from like our college town to the actual city at some point. Well, before that, with what we were doing in 2019, again, nobody really knew. Nobody really thing about it is because we were in a business of over 500 people at a time, and nobody really knew besides like the core people and of course our mutual friend that introduced us. But other than that, most people didn't know about it. So we were literally just all of 2019. It was just like, we were focused on the business. We didn't want the business to kind of intertwine with what we were doing. And then we went on business trips together with our whole team. And it's like, nobody really knew, but people had an inkling. But it wasn't a secret. It wasn't a secret.
It was just, we were very private at that time. And also I feel like something that played a part in that as well was just like the amount of backlash that we were already getting from being a part of the business that we were doing. Right. And, you know, if you know anything about like the Forex era, you already know how much shit was being talked. So, you know, I feel like, you know, that was such a thing. And then I feel like also in the business, it was just very like, you know, toxic when it came to like living your life in a certain way or even like relationships. Like, I feel like relationships were really looked down upon. Yeah,
it's like you
in that space.
You can't be in a relationship because if you're in a relationship, it's going to take away from your business.
Yeah, or everybody else is going to want to follow you. Right. And they're going to be consumed with their relationship and it's going to affect your business.
Right. So we was like, let's not outwardly express our, like, not even our relationship, but our, like, attractiveness towards each other or anything that we're doing because it's going to distract the business. And that's not what we wanted. Yeah. So that's kind of the main reason why we kind of kept it private. Right. Because we didn't want our team or people that are following us to kind of know and fall into that.
Or just, like, be all up in our business. Like, you know what I mean? Right. So it's like, we didn't really want that. So we definitely kept it just, like, very close and private for quite some time. And honestly, I feel like too, like that was just like a growing season for us as well. I feel like 2020 was also a growing season because like we weren't together in either of these years. But like when I tell y'all we spent every single day together, probably, like
it was literally, I'm telling you,
every single day,
95% of the time we were like together. Yes. From 2019 up until 2020.
Like he ended up basically moving into my house.
She moved into my, well, before, this is 2019, she lived on campus. I lived off campus, she lived on campus, but I would basically be there every single day. You know, we would just be working together, doing work together, school work, whatever, hanging out, whatever the case is. But in the fall of 2019, she actually moved to the same apartment complex that I was living in. I know she did it on purpose. No. Because she wanted to be around.
Wanted to live there.
She wanted to be around.
I've been wanting to live there since I got to college. And I remember my first year, I was like, I'm going to live here one day because it was basically like townhomes. Like it was like literally houses. It was like the best, to me, in my opinion, it was like the best like college apartments that you could get in our college town. Because it was just like you literally had a whole house. And you know, you had roommates, but like you had a whole townhouse. So like it was just so nice to me and I always wanted to live there. And I knew that if I ever lived off campus, I would live there. But it just so happened. It was so
right
convenient.
Across the street.
And it was right across the street. And it was just, at that point,
it was right across the street. I was like, wow.
Crazy. We
so now I'm walking. It takes me 60 seconds to walk across the grass right there to her crib. So I was there pretty much every single day.
Every single day.
Then going into 2020, and then of course in 2020, COVID happened. So now nobody's doing
locked in.
Anything.
Nobody's doing anything.
Can't go anywhere. You can't go to, we're not going to, there's no classes going on. There's no school happening. There's nobody going anywhere. So we're basically just doing everything. This is when school went virtual. So now everybody's just on Zoom or things like that. And we were just together all the time at that point from 2020. Right when COVID hit, that's when we started being together literally like pretty much 100% of the time. Yeah. And at that point, we were basically like living together in her house, at her apartment. And again, we were just there all day. And it talk about just like the connection and just imagine being with somebody nonstop every day and imagine just how much you're going to get to know that person, truly get to know them, like literally like relate to them in so many different ways. And I feel like that's what we were able to do during that time of 2020. Plus the business was going well. We were making more money than we've ever made.
We were making so much money at that time.
Literally. And it was crazy. Like imagine just making money with someone that you're like super attracted to.
Like you're falling for.
Right. Like you're literally falling for. It's like, wow, like I'm living a life. I felt like I was on top of the world at this point. I was like, I didn't expect this to happen, but I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. And that was just the crazy thing about it. So, you know, COVID was going on all of 2020 again. The whole world was shut down. Nobody was doing anything. So we were basically together, working together in the house. And then after, you know, we kind of left from Athens, we moved towards the city. That's when we moved to Atlanta.
And then we were actually living together.
Right. Now we were like really, really living together.
We would literally, in that time, we would like basically Airbnb hop with like a group of people that we were all like working together, and we would just like go to different Airbnbs throughout Atlanta. It was like $1 million homes. It was really nice. It was really cool to do out as well during that time. And we were also young and just fresh out of college. So that was really cool for us at that time. And we would always just like be together, and we would literally live together, wake up, work. Like just,
and at this point, most people that were living with us,
everybody
people started to know. Like it was like, okay,
at that point,
y'all been together a lot. Like y'all always together. Y'all always like, and everybody would say it even before time. Like y'all would look cute together, like this and that or this and that. And it was always just funny hearing it, and people didn't know.
Yeah,
it's like, oh y'all. People would ask me like, oh, you know, K this, K that, and I'm like, yeah, you know, she's cute. You know, she's cool. But I didn't want to say anything at that point. But around 2020. It was just evident. Like everybody knew. Everybody knew at that point. So
because again, it wasn't a secret.
Right. It wasn't a secret. It's not like we were hiding each other. It was just like,
I mean, just
we didn't outwardly.
If you know type of thing. Like it was just like more private. So, yeah. And then up until now, so I feel like. So 2021 was kind of like a crazy, like just transition period for us. It's kind of when we stopped doing the business, and, you know, we just went through a lot of just like mental growth, and, you know, a lot of our income that we were making before, kind of like we stopped making that. And, you know, it was just like a growing period for us in our relationship, because I feel like we really just had to hold each other down at that point.
Because we basically lost everything.
Yeah, we went from making like
a lot of money
to literally like
2021. Nothing. We literally basically were making nothing. And I moved into an apartment at the end of 2020, and she basically moved in with me. You know what I'm saying?
So we just kind of were living
together. We were always together. We were living together.
Yeah, but we weren't technically together.
We weren't together, but we were still living together.
But we were living together.
You know, it was crazy because she was actually looking for her own apartment.
I was looking for my own apartment. I actually got approved for my own apartment, but it wasn't what I wanted.
Right. So she ended up just staying. Like we was like, cool, we might as well, you know, let's.
And then also we knew that we were gonna spend pretty much every day together, just like we had been for the past 2 years. So it kind of like didn't end up making sense for us to get two places when we knew that somebody was gonna be at each other's house. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we were just like, you know, it just kind of makes sense to just chill, and, you know, but that just kind of ended up like working for us. And I feel like just even that like made our relationship stronger. Like we went through some, you know, ups and downs as well during that period, of course, because like I said, we weren't technically together yet. We were just kind of just like still on the same vibe that we had been before, but now it was time to like start getting a little bit more serious. Now it was time to really like figure out like, are we gonna do this thing? Like, or are we not? You
like
know
it was a normal, like I said, we weren't together, so it was like a normal together. Just like a, you know, at the end of the day, like I was making mistakes. Like I was just doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. Just like not taking it serious, or like I was just kind of still young and immature, like in the mindset. And we just, you know, it was a transition period. Like I said, we were still learning each other. Like we knew each other at our highest, and we knew each other at college, but we didn't know each other outside of college at our lowest. So it was a new area for us, and we were just kind of figuring it out together. So a lot of mistakes were made. A lot of things weren't happening the way it should. The best part about it is like she was very forgiving. Like she was just like, I knew that she wanted to be with me, because a lot of the mistakes that I made, she still kind of, you know, still forgave me. You still saw the better in me, even when a lot of times I didn't see the good in myself. And that was just the honest truth about it. Like I really respected that about her, because a lot of people would have just kicked me to the curb for a lot of the things that I did. And that was just a lot of 2021, a lot was going on in 2021. Like it was a lot going on. It was like the lowest, like, it was a lot going on. It was a lot, for sure.
Yeah, but we got through that year, and after that year, things really started to kind of look up. You know, in 2022, I feel like we just like, you know, really sat down, and, you know, it was really like March of 2022, and we really sat down and we were like, look, we're not going to have another 2021. We're going to get our together. We're gonna be great. We're gonna do what we gotta do. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna do what we gotta do. We're gonna make money. We're gonna get ourselves back on track.
We were done with the business. We were
done with all the businesses that we were trying.
Now we didn't have a job. We didn't have a job. We didn't have pretty much any income at all. We didn't really know what we were going to do. So we was like, together, I know we can achieve more.
Yeah.
So we was like kind of sitting down and putting our heads together and like figure out how we're gonna get this thing going.
Yeah.
And that's what what kind of led to us starting our YouTube channel.
Yeah, it really did. Because at that time, you know, I had started getting my real estate license because I was like, maybe real estate is nice, you know. So I started getting my real estate license, but we started watching a lot of YouTube together.
Right.
You know,
we were watching YouTube.
We started watching YouTube.
Yeah, we didn't have anything else to do.
We were just chilling, going to the gym, watching YouTube videos, and then we were like, wait a minute, we could do that.
We could do this. Like, why not? And again, for me, it was very scary for me because like I knew then at that point, that's when obviously everybody would know. Like this is like, it's almost like our coming out.
It was like public.
Yeah, like we are public now. If you didn't know, now you do know for sure. Like we never really confirmed anything until we started our YouTube channel together. And that was when like everything just kind of came back full circle. And that's when it was like, you know, I acknowledge all the mistakes that I had made previously, but now I realized like I want to be with this woman. Like I can't, you know, I can't see myself without her. Again, that attraction that I had, it was more than just like a physical attraction. It was like a mental, like I've never ever seen or met anybody that I truly could feel like I related to and that understood me as much. And in my mind, I was like, I don't want to let this go. I don't want you with anybody else. I don't want to be with anybody else. I want to be with you. And then that's what kind of made me commit so much to doing I would have never thought, honestly, I would have never thought that I would ever be on YouTube with couples content. Like TikTok, I would have never thought about it, but you do crazy things for love. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and now I'm just forever grateful because like, again, she brought out a side of me that I didn't know that I had. And that's the real, you know, that's just the real behind it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So that is basically how
that was
we
2021.
got here.
And that was 2020.
No, that was 2022.
I mean 2022. Excuse me.
Yeah, so that was 2022. And yeah, now we're here. We've been on YouTube. Oh, if you guys saw that, like, come on, that is my little tabletop garden. So just, don't pay no attention to that.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. That kind of just like wraps up our story of, you know, how we met, how we got started, and then like where we kind of are now. So yeah, I mean, YouTube and just social media as a whole has definitely been I feel like just such a fulfilling journey. It's definitely something that we're still evolving in and still growing in and just, you know, really finding our footing, really finding our like space in it. But, you know, I think it's made us grow stronger, number one. And I feel like it's also just increased both of our confidence in ourselves a lot. And it's still doing that, you know, to this day. So I'm just grateful for the journey because as we've been putting out content for you guys, like it's been healing us in a lot of ways. Right. Because we've been through a lot that like a lot of people may not know, a lot of people may not see. Like people don't really realize over the past 4 years now, like what we've honestly been through. So it's like, we couldn't even put it all. I know this is kind of a sped up version of everything. It's been a lot. I wish I could go into detail of everything that happened, but that'll have to be for another time. But I truly feel like, you know, social media, YouTube, just content creation as a whole, it kind of really helped our relationship get to where it is today. Like it helped us grow so much closer. It helped me realize like I need to grow up. I need to be more mature. I need to actually step into a version of myself that I really need to be. And I vividly remember a conversation that, you know, that you had with me when we were living at our old apartment where she specifically told me I need to start listening and following people that I inspire to be like. If I want to have a healthy relationship, I need to start looking at people that have healthy relationships. I don't need to be looking at the toxicity and the, you know, just the toxicity, because that's what I was consuming. Like that's all I knew. I was a regular guy, like consuming toxic energy, consuming toxic, and just in a toxic environment, hanging around toxic people. I just feel like, you know, again, she just helped me so much, and again, just content as a whole helped us get to where we are, and I'm grateful. So yeah, I'm grateful too.
Yeah,
and we definitely just helped each other. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we've been there for each other through like some of the toughest things, and we've been there with each other at some of our heights in life, and it's just gonna continue to be that way. And I'm just grateful that, you know, we have had our whole journey, like regardless of, you know, what it might look like from the outside, like we've always known what it is like
on the inside,
you know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, if you are in a relationship, like I just feel like that's all that matters, you know, like doesn't matter what people think of you or what people have to say or even how, you know, your relationship comes about. If you know it's real, then that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Like, don't let nobody, just do you. Like, I've learned, like, I don't care about nothing that nobody has to say. Like, it's me and you, you know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters. Like, anybody can have an opinion. Everybody has an opinion. Like, it's normal to have opinions, but at the end of the day, like, only people that can change our situation are us. It's us two. So it's kind of like, I don't worry about the haters. I don't worry about people who may say negative things or, you know, anything. I don't worry about any of that. It's just like, it's us. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where we just say, like, it's just us. We've always said, like, it's just us. Like, it's us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy. Like, I've never felt as happy as I feel now. And like, I'm happy that everything kind of worked out for me. Us literally just me seeing you on Instagram from one of my friends, you know, being like, hey, this is the girl I met at a party, to now us being where we are today. Like, I would have never thought it would be. Like, I just remember just looking at your Instagram when you first came to college and looking at your pictures and liking your pictures and stalking all that and trying to, you know, it's just crazy. Like little subtle stuff. To see where I came from or where we came from to now, it's like crazy. It's a full circle, and I would have never thought. I would have never thought that would happen. So. Yeah, it's been crazy. A journey. It's been a journey. It's been a journey, but it's just getting started. Yeah, so.
We're just getting started, and I just feel like we're walking into one of our best years this year too. I just feel so many good things happening. So
the story continues. The story continues, and I'm glad
Stay tuned. And I'm glad that you guys get to come on our journey now too. Like, I'm like, dang, if we would have started this so long ago, y'all would have known everything.
We would have just took the leap of faith way before. Y'all would have been able to see it all. But again, everything happens on perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect.
I'm glad that y'all were able to be here now. And again, like, you're gonna see the whole thing. You're gonna see everything. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all of you guys. I'm grateful for y'all's support.
Yes.
I'm grateful for you, of course.
I'm grateful for you, Dave.
I'm just so happy, man. Like, I couldn't be happier, man. Seriously.
Yeah. So you guys, that wraps up today's video. If you guys can tell, we love to talk. We talk all day long. So we don't want to keep you here all night. But, you know, if you did enjoy this video, if you enjoyed getting to know us a little bit better, definitely go ahead and make sure that you subscribe down below. Join the KT gang. Leave a like, leave a comment, show some love.
And if you guys want any other details, or if you guys just want more in-depth explanation of anything that happened, let us know. You know, leave a comment, DM us on Instagram, whatever you want to do to get in contact. I'm pretty much open book to anything y'all want to know. I'll talk about it. I'll be completely 100. So whatever y'all want to know, let us know.